You gotta say girl right. Say girl, boy. And I'm not gay. I'm grown. I'm not gay. I'm grown.
What's going on, family? David Andre Hines here, back with another session of POPtv. Today's guest, good friend of mine, a young man with a bright future, Mr. Oscar Salas Sr.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Hey, thank you for coming, man. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you inviting me.
Before we get going, I want to ask, where are you mentally right now?
Mentally, I'd say I'm getting right with myself. You know, with the beginning of the year, I set that as one of my goals for myself to really focus on my mental health and, progressing in every way, shape, or form. You know, taking each day and get better 1% at a time.
That's what's up, man. So, as we all know, this is a podcast about fatherhood. Let's go and get into these daddy questions. So, what does being a father means to you?
Honestly, it means everything to me. Being able to be there in your kid's life and not put them through the things that you might have went through as a child and their adversity. So being able to consistently be there and know what it's like to go through those struggles and put a smile on your kid's face every day, that's what it means to me.
That's what's up. All right, man. So, where are you from and what you do?
I'm from Davenport, Iowa, born and raised. I'm a youth mentor. I work for two different programs, the Credible Messenger program for high-risk kids, a transformational change program, and I also work for a youth advocacy program. That's another mentoring thing for pre-risk or pre-juvenile court cases and stuff like that.
Okay, that's good. So you do a lot of youth advocacy work in the community and stuff like that?
Yep. I try and get back to the kids that were once like me. That's what I asked God for. I asked him to put me in a path to be able to help get back to the kids that were once like me. And he kind of, he works his magic in mysterious ways, and all it takes is one phone call. So that's what I've been doing since April of 2025. So almost coming up on a year now, helping get back to the kids in the community.
That's what's up, man. And that stands out to me a lot because I know you're a younger guy.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 24 years old.
24 years old.
Yeah.
That's a blessing, man.
It is.
At 24, I wasn't thinking like how you thinking right
Yeah.
now. So that's a blessing, man.
I appreciate it.
So did you grow up with your father in your life?
God blessed me to be able to have my father for the first 9 years, I would say, of my life, and then after that, it was kind of went downhill. My dad, he's not from this country, so when he first came to this country, he left everything behind, all his family, his brothers, sisters, his mom, dad. He came here at 19 years old, so I could only imagine what he did and had to do to go through to get where he was at. But unfortunately, people change and things change, and he had to do what he had to do in his life, but I don't hold him to that. I was grateful to at least have him around for the first 9 years.
That's what's up. So with him, so you're saying like after 9 years he left, or?
Yeah, he kind of really left. He just skipped town and did what he did best.
So how do you think that might have impacted you growing up?
It impacted me a lot because, a father to a kid is like, I actually could quote Steve Harvey on this. I heard him on another podcast say this. A boy without his father is like an explorer without his map. It's very crucial that us as fathers are there no matter what the situation may be with the mother or your circumstances in life, because at the end of the day, you brought that seed into this world, and when you do something like that, it comes with great responsibility to always be there and provide, support and stuff like that. And when you don't have that, that's kind of what impacted my life, because I had to go through a journey with no family and no male figure to tell me like, hey, being in the streets isn't where it's at, hit the books and stuff like that.
All right. Now, um, so how many children do you have?
I have 3. I have a son and I have 2 daughters.
Mind sharing the ages?
Yeah. My oldest daughter, she's 8. And then my second, she's 6. And then my youngest boy, he's 2.
Okay.
2 turning 3.
So he kind of like the boss of the house, huh?
Yeah, he runs the show for sure.
All right. So are you married?
No, I'm not currently married. Working there.
Okay. So do you think marriage is important?
It's very important, and doing marriage in the proper way, though.
Okay.
Making sure that you guys have your goals aligned and that the communication is there and the trust, because anyone can get married, but are you going to make that work? A lot of things we see nowadays in our community with the kid, or like with us adults, is, not sticking together. Marriage is important to me because that's an oath under God that you take, that you through sickness, health, all that. You married, so that's why it's important to me, not only for like the marriage wise, but to the kids too.
Yes, sir.
What message does that send to the kids that, oh, my dad stayed with my mom through this, and this, my mom stayed with my dad through whatever it might be.
All right.
So that's, you setting examples farther than just your love with your significant other.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, boy, you a sharp young fella, man.
I appreciate that.
So what are some things now that you wish you knew before becoming a father?
Oh, a lot, man. That list goes a long way. But the 2 main important things that I would say to my younger self, I became a dad when I was 17.
Okay.
So I was young and wild, and I didn't have patience or discipline. So with that knowledge that I have now, with the patience and discipline with raising my children, it's evolved in a long way, not only to how my children adapt to disciplinary actions, but how they respect others as well. So yeah, that pretty much, because you got to have that discipline and patience, because a child, you take something away from them, they gonna scream and stuff, but you have to have that patience and discipline to sit them down even when they're crying, to make sure that they understand, and you don't just give them what they want. That's where the discipline comes in at.
Yes, sir. That's what's up. So with you, so let's say if you had the patience and the discipline that you're speaking of, let's say you had that prior to having children, what kind of impact or difference do you think that would have made?
I think it would have made a very big difference, because when I was with my first child, I was 17. So I didn't have the patience and discipline to support the mother of my child at the time. I wasn't the man that I was supposed to be. If I would have had that then from the jump, I could only imagine what it would be like now at 24. So, I just started changing my life only 6 years ago, 5-6 years ago now. And I'm finally, I guess I could finally say that I'm getting the patience and discipline down. So what's next to come, that's a whole different journey.
Right.
So that's a new journey I'm excited for as well.
Well, I've been knowing you for about a year now, and very disciplined, very patient. I don't know who you were before, but the person that you are now, definitely a good dude, a great person to be around.
Appreciate that.
So what are some things that you are trying to improve in as a father?
Man, I tell you what, sticking to my goals to become successful, to leave a legacy behind. It's life is complex, and the Lord, He gonna throw different things away, your way. But when He does do that, you got to make sure that you see the lessons behind it. So one thing that I want to do to improve is continue to chase my dreams, to show my children that no matter what happens in your life or where you're at, that it's very important to chase what you love.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want to improve, because sometimes I might slip back or, put my dreams on the back burner because of a situation going on. But that's one thing that I want to improve at with the year 2026 is finally enrolling in barber college and get my dream going to help support and provide for my family more than what I already do.
That's great, man. That's great. The next question was why is that important, but you kind of elaborated on that a little bit. So what's one piece of advice? Let's say we might have a young man out there watching, came across this podcast, however he may have, but what's one piece of advice that you would like to leave some individual? Could be a young man, could be an old man, could be someone that's not in their kid's life, could be someone that's, in their kid's life. But if you had that one piece of advice to give to another father, what would that be?
My one thing, or it's honestly a couple things, but really with men and us fathers, when we don't talk to people, we may be going through things with the mother of our children and stuff like that, and we don't put the proper steps in front with our mental health, and I'm a victim of that too. So I'm speaking from the heart with that one. There's this lady we know that she said, before you can give someone else 100%, you got to be 100% with yourself. Mm-hmm. And I can't be to the best of my abilities for my family or my kids if I don't take care of myself. So you really got to focus in and lock in with yourself. No matter what happens, you got to put yourself first. Go to that doctor, get that help, talk to somebody. Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid, because being a father is very hard. It's not an easy job. Feels like you had the weight of the world on your shoulders and you can't get it off. And without somebody to talk to and help you, and like I come to you, I talk to you, my mentor. So, there's people who are out there that have been in your shoes. So don't ever be afraid to reach out for help and ask people. Don't ever think a question is a stupid question, because all of us dads know, every kid's different. So
yes,
that'd be my piece of advice, to seek help and don't be afraid to reach out to others.
That's major, man. That's big, bro. That's what's up. So, what's the best part about being a father?
The best part about being a father is seeing the excitement on your kids' faces when you arrive. Or if you go to, at least for me, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't get to have that.
Right.
My dad, he ain't never picked me up from school or come to a basketball game or, stuff like that. So when I show up for my daughters, or if I show up for my son, and just seeing that smile from ear to ear, that's what is the greatest thing to me, because through all the times that they may cry, or you may have to sit them down and talk to them about their actions, at the end of the day they're still excited to see you, because they love you and they know that you're always there for them. So that's the greatest thing about being a father to me.
Okay. And so on the flip side of that, what's the worst part about being a father?
Man, honestly, the worst part about being a father is trying to potty train your kid. That's the hardest thing I've had to deal with personally. My daughters, they were pretty easy with potty training, but my son, man, it's just.
I've heard it's always easier with girls.
It is.
Yeah. I got sisters, but I don't have any daughters. But my boys are pretty good. I've never really experienced it, But yeah, I've always heard that it's a lot easier with girls.
Man, it is a whole different ball game when you step in it with a girl. It's very simple. They understand it. It's like they get their routine down a little bit quicker. But with boys, sometimes they knuckleheads, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. So as we get ready to close out, man, get the people let them know where to find you on social media, if you have any social medias, anything like that. And then also give the people, if you would like to give a shout out to a father that you have noticed, and just because us dads, we don't get our flowers a lot. I've heard you say this, men don't get flowers until they're dead.
Yeah.
So I want to start making it a thing where we give each other you know, our flowers while we're, you know, alive to smell them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you will, let the people know where they can find you on social media. And if you have a father that you've seen, you know, that you would just like to give a shout out to. But before I would like to give a shout out to you, young man, like I say, I've known you back for a year.
Yeah.
Outstanding change, outstanding transformation. Like I say, I don't know what you was doing before I met you, but the person that I'm seeing now, the person that I met last year, and the person that I know now, major difference, major improvement. So I just want to tell you, you keep it up, you keep grinding, you keep making sure you keep following your dreams and becoming a person that you designed to become.
I appreciate that, brother. It means a lot to me. And if you guys want to reach out to me on social media, I only got Facebook. So Oscar Salas Sr. on Facebook, you can find me. But there's two fathers that I like to give love to and flowers to. And one is you, because when I first met you, I was going through a rabbit hole of trying to figure out my life and stepping into the youth mentor position. I knew I was wanting to do that to give back, but I didn't know how. And you helped me not only with that, but giving me advice on how to be a better father myself, or how to approach situations with my lady so where it's not an argument or a fight. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give you your flowers, not only for educating me in different ways, but the man that you are for your kids and your background. You know, that I got to give you that, because we come from some places that we don't have that. You know what I mean? So to see you do that and take on more kids, you know, that's love to me, because we had the same goal. And then the second father I like to give my flowers to, I call you my pops, Coach Taylor. I don't know if you'll ever see this, but you know, when my dad left, you stepped in that role, and you tried to teach me to be the better man that I should have always been. And I might have let you down, but you know, I am where I am now, and I'm successful, and I'm making a way for myself. So yeah, those are two people. And like I said with you before, you know, you're a great dude, and I appreciate you and what you do for the community and just making an impact. So
yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. Look, these interviews, they get, you know, real, you know, tears get to flowing, and you know, we dads, and you know, this is what we do, this is what it's about, man. But like again, man, appreciate you for coming out, brother. Man.
Appreciate you having me. And like, I want to end with this. It's okay for grown men to cry. So if your daddy ever told you it's not okay to cry, let that shit out, man.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Catch us next week for another episode, man. Y'all stay blessed, man. And thank you.
Love. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click that bell notification on the side so you can be notified each time we drop a video. If you know anyone that might benefit from this video, please do share. The rise of fatherhood starts here, and we need your help. Thank you.